Well, I'm just happy to be here.
My name is Perla. I live in Toronto, Ontario. I'm originally from Calgary, and I'm a dirty slut. If I can roll around and look like a dirty slut on the ground, I'm gonna do it. I'm just like a fashion illustration come to life. If you were at a Perla show, you would see a rhinestone on literally everything. I'm sweet, petite, and ready to eat. The other queens should fear me because I'm gonna be shorter than all of them, so it's really easy to kick at the back of a knee. I promise I won't do violence.
So I'm here with Perla from Canada's Drag Race from Toronto, and I saw you just got back from Dragcon. How was that for you? I mean, it's because it feels kind of fresh because I feel like you guys kind of went while the show's still airing.
It was the craziest experience of my life. I was not expecting it to be as crazy as it was. We were in like Drag Race Universe booths, so they had like a section where all the franchises could come, and we had like scheduled meet and greet times, and we had to cut my lines all day, all 2 days, because there was too many people. And they added an extra time slot for me, and we still had to stop the line because we wouldn't be able to like see everyone in the time frame. It was so out of body to be like, oh, these people like legitimately want to talk to me. Why? And it was like, that's the best way to describe it, head explosion.
I love that. I read that the response was really great. So congrats.
Thank you.
Did you have a favorite drag queen that you got to meet or got the chance to see?
Okay, I had a few.
Okay.
I did get to go for dinner with Sasha Velour, and
Okay.
that changed my life. Um, I Kylie Sonique Love ran up to me and was fangirling, and then I started fangirling, and that
Yes.
was like insane to me. And oh my God, Hyra from UK6, I love her so much. Literally, shout out to Zahira. She's one of the sweetest people you will ever meet. Her, Kyron, Octavia, Charity, like, love them all.
I love that. I love that I feel like you were a fan favorite, and it looks like you were some of the queen's favorite too. Look at that.
Like, what's wrong with people? Why me?
Why Perla, right?
Right? I'm so short. Like, come on.
No, honestly though, I just want to say I think you had some of my favorite runways this season, and you mentioned I think in one of the episodes that your grandmother inspires you. Can you tell me a little bit more about that and like how she kind of influences your looks and artistry?
Absolutely. I would give it to my grandma and my great grandma. Both of them are Eastern European old ladies. You know that they love to represent themselves very put together, very poised. And my grandma is a Leo, so you know she's like extra
Oh,
crazy.
the
And
Leos.
my grandma would always say, no matter what, you should always get dressed, even if you're just hanging out at home. You never know who's gonna knock at your door, and you should just always be expecting and ready for anything. So I took that to heart, like way too to heart, where like I will be at home lazing around, but I will be in a suit. Like out of drag, I will literally sit in a blazer and just be comfortable in a blazer. It's weird. It's very weird. And my great grandma used to always keep a pair of kitten heels by her door. So whenever people would come into her house, she'd let them enter first, and then she'd slip into the kitten heels. So she was like all cute and put together for herself. And I've really held on to those moments. And when I got older and fashion really started to come into my life, those always stuck at the back of my head. And I've I'm 30 and I've never let them go.
I love that. Did you have any like designers as well or any fashion icons that kind of inspired your drag as well?
Oh my God, yes. A lot of my package had McQueen references.
Hmm.
Obviously, my promo look was inspired by the Beekeeper collection of, I believe it was Spring Summer 2013. Sarah Burton's collection for the McQueen label. My best drag look was inspired by the famous spray paint dress that Shalom Harlow, a Canadian model, wore in 1999. Um, the alien look, we actually found archival patterns from the Plato's Atlantis collection of Alexander McQueen and combined two of the runway looks with the actual patterns. That's like the gag of it. They were the actual patterns
Love
to
that.
form the dress. And so McQueen has always been a huge influence to me. As of recent, Schiaparelli has been a huge favorite of mine. Richard Quinn, Alessandro Michele with Gucci, I thought was just immaculate. Now he's with Valentino, and it's just as immaculate. Jonathan Anderson of JW Anderson and Loewe. I could go on for hours.
Never ending. Honestly, they were all such beautiful, beautiful looks. What was actually your favorite runway look?
I gotta say, my favorite, it's a tie between Alien Superstar and Time and Place.
Okay.
Yeah,
Any particular reason or anything special, or you just they were just they mean anything, or they were just your favorites?
Alien I do love because it's like a little bit of a love letter between me and my partner. It was such a collaborative look between the two of us, and he hand beaded that entire dress. Like that took 3.5 weeks of hand beading, and
Wow.
I got to do the hair for it. It was such a love moment between the two of us. And then Time and Place was such an amazing example of drag on a budget. That look cost me like $120, and
Wow.
we made it look like couture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was done with me and one of my best friends, Benjamin Toner, who he did the majority of my package, and my partner did everything he didn't do.
Wow. Wow. I mean, they all turned out so beautiful. I just, I give kudos to all of them. You're also, I think you're well known for your wig styling and hair whips. So Perla, what is the secret to creating such an iconic wig moment?
Oh my God, I wish I knew. A hope and a prayer that it stays together. And you can never go wrong with a high pony. They're great. They stay at your face. And I don't know, just looking as good as you can with a lot of adhesives to hold that wig together.
Oh, well, thanks for sharing. um, So the next thing, I feel you had a lot of great moments on the show. To be honest, I think you had the most screen time.
You know what? Say it again. Say it one more time. One more time.
Perla definitely, I think, had the most screen time. I was like, "There's Perla, there's Perla, there she is." um, and one of my personal favorite moments, I think, was your verse in the girl group challenge. I think you slayed that. It was fantastic. What was your favorite moment from the show or the season?
Honestly, my favorite moment from the like literally the entire season was my reactions to Michaela having a great monologue moment. When I caught strays and somehow ended up with the net in my hands, I was like, I don't even remember that happening, but that was iconic. And then just her giving her like, however, and I'm sitting there living my best life. 10
Those
out
are
of
good.
10 out of 10.
Those were great. Honestly, the way they edited it, I was like 10 out of 10.
I was living for it in the moment, and I was living for it rewatching the moment. So like,
Good, good. I mean, so are we. We were loving all the moments. There's a lot of great. I'm sure you've seen them like on TikTok. A lot of great memes and edits that were made. I'm like, let's.
I literally watch every single one of them. Any of the like fan cams that people have made too, I like have to share them. I have to comment. I have to like. I'm like
Oh,
constantly on my phone, making sure I can like connect with everyone who's trying to connect with us.
I love that. I actually wanted to talk, about that because I feel like you've connected with a lot of audiences as got to see a couple memorable moments from you. Especially, there was one moment where you talk about, sobriety, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to that or just very appreciative of that. And I just feel like sobriety in general is still a topic that isn't often, discussed openly, especially in the drag world. So what advice would you give to like performers or anyone that's kind of struggling with that or afraid to take the next step?
Honestly, I think that when anyone is considering sobriety, the reasons do not need to make sense to anyone else. It is completely your reason and your path and your choice. And you never look at someone else's sobriety journey and think that that's exactly what's going to work for you. Sobriety is not linear. It is not one step, two step, three step, four step. It's it's anything that works for you and your time frame, your spacing. There is absolutely no right or wrong way to go about it, and there is absolutely nothing you should beat yourself up for. during that journey, because it is your journey at the end of the day, and you need to go with what feels right for you and follow through with it in however you can that suits you.
No, thank you for sharing that. So we're gonna actually had a friend question here from Paula from Venezuela, who was wondering, you love horror movies. What is your favorite horror? Or sorry, you love horror. What is your favorite horror movie?
This is a loaded question. You just you opened Pandora's box with this. A tie between Scream and A Nightmare on Elm Street. I would say it's anything Dario Argento, like opera, Suspiria, Tenebrae. And if we're talking like current, I would say the remake of Stephen King's It is
Okay.
high up there. But also, if you haven't seen the new Nosferatu or Longlegs, go see them.
Okay. I need to go see that. So heard great things. And then one other question from Denver, who's wondering, what is the name of your pug?
Oh my God, my dog has the dumbest name. I feel like when you get a pug, if they have a normal name, you're doing it wrong. So my dog's name is Lil Bubs.
Lil Bubs. Oh.
Right? She looks like a Lil Bubs.
She's so cute. Oh, she's what a cutie. So okay, so that's it for the fan question. So Perla, what's next for you?
What is next for me? Honestly, I just want to enjoy this ride while I'm on it and have as much fun as possible. But I really want to continue to push fashion. That's such a huge part of who I am and what I love. So I want to continue that and push Canadian fashion as much as I can. Take it to London, take it to Paris, Milan, New York. I want to be doing the fashion weeks. I want to be in the campaigns, even though I'm fine, but like don't tell anyone that. Yeah, and I want to just keep like connecting with people. It's been so amazing to resonate with so many people and get to meet them at places like Dragcon, but I want to be touring and I want to be seeing those people in person and having those moments together. So like book me and let me do those connections.
I'm sure we'll be seeing lots of you in those moments in the future, especially the tours. So my final question here before we wrap up is, so here we're all about going the extra mile. So how does Perla go the extra mile, whether that be in drag or in your personal life?
How do I go the extra mile? That's a really good question, and I'm totally trying to think about it while also like totally brain farting on it, but we got this. We got this.
Okay.
I think I go the extra mile. Just I will never stop pushing myself, and I will never stop trying to achieve another level than what I've already done. And I think that's going the extra mile. I want to push myself and keep pushing myself and be held accountable in my pushing. I want to be like, okay, that sounded like a Mean Girls quote throughout that whole thing. Oh my God. But yeah, no, I think that striving for the next level is always a great way to push yourself. Hit your goal, but already be prepared for what could come next after you've reached that goal. Capricorn.
I love that. No, I love that. That was great. Listen, Perla, thank you so much. I had a great time talking to you. I hope to see you on tour. You were great, and I'm sure like the fans will be excited to see you on tour. I'm sure a lot of people want to meet you. I think you had a lot of great, reactions. A lot of people are excited. And I also want to say that I loved your Snatch game. So justice for Mary Kate.
Justice for Mary Kate. Someone call Elizabeth and tell her to show it to her sister.
It was great, honestly. Anyways, thanks so much, Perla.
Thank you, my love.